Stories are temporary but dire intersections. My name is Osadmebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Nimi Charles, and it's titled Collision. The sun. The sun. It may rise tomorrow. The sun may rise tomorrow, but you may not. The prophetess chanted while ringing her bell and forcefully stamping her legs on the ground, making the beads on her ankles to make strange sounds. Ogene Brume watched her from afar. She was dressed in a long white garment with a red rope on her waist. Her head was covered with a white cap that had a similar resemblance to a toque. "This one has been waiting," he asked Ogenetega, who was sitting beside him. "Ah, you know Sabi prophetess? Ha, you the dolo. Now she be number one for this our area. I hear say some pastors they go meet her for power safe. But I surprised say she waka come outside today. She dey normally stay for her house. Now people they go find her come." Immediately those words left his mouth. Prophetess locked eyes with Brume. Yes. Yes. Prophetess kept muttering to herself. It is this one. This one. It is this one. She slowly walked towards Brume, then circled him while ringing her bell and chanting words he was very sure did not exist in the dictionary. Brume wasn't a religious fanatic. He did not believe in God or any other deity because according to him, if they truly existed, he wouldn't be in this situation. He was the best graduating student in his year. He represented his school in several competitions, and he could do no wrong in his principal's eyes. Rumor had it that he would one day become president of Nigeria. How he ended up as a keke driver in the deepest part of the trenches in Warri was unknown to him. 2 years after he left secondary school, things started to go downhill. His parents died in a ghastly motor accident, leaving him to fend for himself and his younger sister, Rukewe. 5 years on, and his life had gotten worse. He believed that if God truly existed, he would not have let him suffer like this. If not for his sake, at least for the sake of his father who was a pastor. I have been sent specially to you. Prophetess spoke while vibrating and twisting her body in ways that was not humanly possible. That was when it clicked in Brume's head. He had made up to 5,000 naira the day before. The other drivers at the park probably sent her to swindle him out of the money. Sorry for all of them, because he had already given more than half to Rukewe to buy textbooks for school. So their effort was dead on arrival. You are the cause. You are the cause of all the problems you are currently facing. You have been have been cursed," she said, still ringing her bell. Brume looked at her in amazement. She was definitely bluffing. Cursed K. From where to where? He was everybody's favorite. Efe. Efe keeps calling out to me. Efe. Efe. Do you know any Efe? Was she joking? This is worry. There is at least one Efe in 2 of 3 houses. Think well. Efe. You were wicked to him. Think. Efe. You were wicked to him. Think well. Prophetess looked him dead in the eyes, and then she walked away. Brume was perplexed. He wondered what had just happened, and who the Efe she spoke of was. He went on with the rest of his day, with her words ringing in his head. It was not until 12 a.m. when he woke up to ease himself that he remembered Efe. Efe Toboro Kiemute, the shortest boy in SS2. He had a big head and bulgy eyes. He ironed all his clothes, right down to his underwear and socks. He was generally a timid person, the perfect target for Brume and his gang to bully. Bullying was a norm in Standard International College. It was a tradition for SS3 boys to bully those in SS2. How else were they supposed to establish dominance and seniority? Brume and his gang were the toughest in school. Nobody dared to cross their paths. Brume was the principal's favorite student, so reporting him was out of the question. However, upon gaining admission into the university and realizing he was a weakling compared to others, he turned a new leaf and became a sweetheart. His kind nature gained him popularity and even won him a Humanitarian of the Year award in his first year in school. He pondered on Prophetess's revelation all through the night, wondering if he was truly cursed. Moreover, he apologized to Efe. Or did he? To be fair, after the incident, nobody really heard from Efe. He changed school and became unreachable. Did he really curse him? Could it be why nothing was working in his favor? Early the next morning, Brume set off to seek answers from the prophetess. Prophetess had just finished her morning prayers when she heard a loud banging on the door. She had expected him to come when the sun had risen, not by 5:30 a.m. She opened the door and ushered him in. I hope that you did not come empty-handed. You cannot take something without giving anything in return. Suspecting she might ask for something, Brume had brought the 25,000 naira he had saved up for rent. He handed her the money and told her that it was all he had. She collected the money and gave him bitter cola to chew while he waited for her to consult her gods. 2 hours later, she was finally done. 2 days after the incident happened, if he traveled to his maternal home in Edo State, he cried. He cried uncontrollably for days, and suddenly, one morning, he stopped crying. He became his cheerful self again. And he went to Port Harcourt to live with his auntie. Have you heard of Edo people? Prophetess asked, and Brume nodded in affirmation. I do not need to tell you what Ife did that night. But one thing I will tell you is this. You see this necklace? This one. It will give you the opportunity to go back to the day the incident happened and either stop it or beg Ife for forgiveness. Immediately you wear it. Immediately you will find yourself back in secondary school. You have 48 hours. And and you must protect the necklace at all cost. If anything, if anything happens to it, you will be stuck there forever. She looked at him, and he nodded again in affirmation. Then she gave him a white garment and a necklace. She took him to an inner chamber, which had a white circle in the center of the room. She stepped aside, looked at him, and told him to proceed when he was ready. Brume paused for a few moments. Taking a deep breath, he stepped into the circle, wore the white garment, and then the necklace, and immediately he found himself amid his gang members. Guy, where you dey since? We don't find you, Kevin asked. He brought out a candle, matchstick, and a pair of scissors. Now wetin we go do be this? Ojuko, now you go call Ife, make it come for our side, and you go watch to see if anybody dey come. Then me and Prince go hold am down, while Brume go beat am and use the hot scissors tear him body. Brume started fidgeting. His expression closed up. He wondered how he'd managed to stay friends with these boys. Wait. You guys. This thing too severe, oh. Make we take am easy. No need to tear his skin with the hot scissors. Let's just beat him and let him go. In fact, no need to call him here. Let me personally go and look for him and I will beat him. The thing when he do us not even serious like that. Not be only report he report us. After all, Prince he not even punish us. The rest of the gang burst out laughing as soon as Brume finished talking. Ochuko was the first to speak. You dey craze? If you not fit, you go come off from road, make another person take over. Wait first. Not be you even vex pass, come start this plan first. Now you want fun righteous. Prince chipped in. Never, na big coward, nonsense boy. If you like, when we call Ife come, not beat am. The plan was to be executed after evening dinner. That was about 3 hours away. Brume still had time to think of a counter plan. Ife usually went to class before evening dining to read, since he had no friends to hang out with. Brume's plan was simple. He would corner Ife on his way to class and warn him to go to their housemaster's residence immediately after dinner. Ife! Ife! Brume shouted. When Ife turned around and saw Brume running towards him, he took off to his heels. He ran as fast as his short legs could carry him, knowing that Brume calling him meant trouble. Brume, realizing why Ife might be running, picked up speed and caught up with him. Holding Ife's hand firmly, Brume looked into his eyes and said, "Listen, immediately after our evening dining, in fact, before we say the grace, I want you to go to our housemaster's house for your safety. If anybody calls you, don't answer. Do you hear me?" Ife looked at him in surprise. Why was he asking him to go to the housemaster? And what did he mean by "for your safety"? Brume had a track record of constantly setting him up. He was not going to fall for it this time. Brume, noticing the skepticism on Ife's face, repeated the caution a few more times and left him to his thoughts. It was Friday, which meant it was yam and stew for dinner. Ife ate in a hurry, while contemplating if he should adhere to Brume's warnings or go about his regular activities. Something was different about Brume, but he could not place a finger on it. He decided to ignore Brume and go about his normal routine. "Hey, you, short man devil, come here." Ochuko called out for Ife while he was walking out of the dining hall. Ife pretended not to hear him. "You didn't say you wise, Abi? Short man devil, you want to tell me you did not hear me call you? Don't worry, I will show you Pepper today, stupid boy." Ochuko held Ife by his collar and dragged him towards the rest of the gang. Kevin began hitting up the scissors with candle as Prince helped Ochuko drag Ife the rest of the way, and they threw him on the floor at Brume's feet. Their eyes locked. Ife was confused as to why Brume had warned him earlier if he was still going to be part of the beating. Still staring at Brume, Ife decided he would not go down without a fight. He looked away from Brume and scanned the environment. He saw a stick by the end of the wall. He just had to figure out a way to go get it. Brume followed Ife's eyes, and when their eyes locked again, he nodded at Ife and looked away. Ife needed no further encouragement. He headed for the stick. Unfortunately, Kevin looked up from the candle and lunged at Ife, grabbing his ankle. Ife lurched forward and fell within arm's length of the stick. He reached for it and swung back at Kevin with all his might. The stick hit Kevin in the face and he let go of Ife. "Run! Ife, run!" Brume shouted. Prince charged towards Brume, knocking him off his feet as Kevin lay on the floor shouting in pain. Ife scrambled for the door and collided with Ochuko. Possessed by the spirit of survival, Ife kicked and punched, twisted and turned until Ochuko lost his grip on him. Ife took off running to the housemaster's house. Mad as hell, Prince started pummeling Brume as he knelt over him. Brume had his hands crossed defensively over his face as he tried to wriggle out from under Prince. Having lost hold of Ife, Ochuko joined in attacking Brume. As they tussled, the necklace got ripped off Brume's neck and the beads shattered to the floor. Back in the inner chamber, the prophetess shivered and looked up at the sky. There had been a cosmic shift. The past and present had collided. She let out a blood-curdling scream. Nimi Charles is a creative writer and photographer who resides in Port Harcourt. Her short stories are thought-provoking and entertaining. You can read more of her work on Medium at Nimi Charles, and subscribe to her newsletter on Substack at Ink and Lens. You can also connect with Nimi on Instagram at ink.andlens or on X, formerly Twitter, at ink.and_lens. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osadmebi.com or send me a message at osadmebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X, formerly Twitter. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone, everyone, that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.